Good evening, Doc Severson here for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day. For Monday, the 3rd of August, this is yesterday's trade of the day. This is Ocean BTC, and we talked about this one on the breakout above about 2,000 sats or so on good volume. Not the greatest volume, at least on Bittrex at this point, but hard to argue with the price. So keep in mind, when you have trades like this, first of all, if you didn't get in, I would not chase after this, but keep in mind the average swing length. Each of these is having an average swing length of about the same. And we're getting awfully close to the end of this particular swing length based on the breakout. The very fact that Bitcoin is going up today by, maybe 5% or so, and Ocean is going up beyond that, 22%, belies incredible strength for that. All right, let's go back to the top 10 and evaluate what's going on today. Bitcoin itself versus US dollar up about 3%. So we're seeing a lot of the same pattern. We saw kind of a parabolic spike. We saw yesterday's big rejection, and then we're seeing the price climb out of that. So it's moving from range expansion into range contraction. We're seeing the energy build up again. This one is too soon for me to just say, buy right here, because we just don't have the pattern. I'll show you the difference between this pattern versus what is a good pattern, which is more likely to get accumulation for it. Ethereum is kind of the same way. It's just kind of a runaway train. It just continues going. This is good. But what this also means is that when you have moves like this, you're going to have counter moves that are equally violent. Almost a mirror image of what goes up will come back down again. And so you don't want to get caught buying it at the highs on these things. You want to be looking for the pullback entry on this one. Never chase after these. Here's Ripple, another example. This one looks really good, and finally Ripple is getting somewhere. For all the crap that I give the Ripple army, finally they've got something that they can back up. So if you're out there, go ahead and crow. This looks good. But again, just like with Ethereum, what goes up like this will come back down on the hairy back of this. A lot of the other top 10 assets are very similar to Bitcoin. Big ugly day yesterday and bouncing off of that. Bitcoin Cash, almost exactly the same. Dash, almost exactly the same. Here's the one that I think looks best. We've talked about this one a couple times last week. This to me is the trade of the day. This is Cardano. Cardano is setting up with a nice little tight flag. And this is the look that I want you guys to see. Not only the energy available down here, but also how high and tight this flag is. This is the look of a chart that's about to break out and make higher highs. Now, I don't know that. I can't tell the future. I don't know what's going to happen from today to tomorrow. I have no idea. But when you have a high and tight consolidation, which is showing a bull flag like this with big energy, the probabilities do favor an upside breakout, which is in the direction of the previous anchor trend. And the anchor trend is on the weekly chart in this case, and it's certainly heading up. Now, it's in exhaustion, but so what? When we have momentum like this, we can sort of ignore the larger anchor charts. We do so at our peril. But by the same token, we've had plenty of runaway trends lately that if you just sit there and say, well, the weekly chart is exhausted, then you can wave goodbye to all these gains. You can see all of these ones that didn't merit anything, but volume always takes care of that. Volume will blow through anything which is, and I'm using air quotes here, overbought or exhausted. Okay, so that's trade of the day for this one, which would be a breakout above the green line. To me, this is a breakout above about 15 cents on good volume. And we've had good volume on every breakout so far. A couple of other ones, Ethereum Classic. Some of these have the same exact look as Bitcoin. Tezos, this looks good. This to me is my, honorable mention for today. We have a nice looking flag here, which has actually got a huge amount of energy. But to me, this looks more like a weekly flag setting up, the beginning of a weekly flag setting up. And also look at the energy behind this one. So Tezos is, if it continues setting up like this, it's once again going to be one of my trades of the day based on this breakout. And so let's put that Let's put that trend line in there. If we see a breakout above that trend line, above 3.2, then Tezos is going to be a great long. Look at this. The RSI is just about to hook up as well, too. The rest of the top 20 looks about the same. Nothing standing out to me. Cardano is the best looking. One of this out there, and Tezos versus US dollar is coming in. Honorable mention. That is it for today's report. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.